Dear students, today we will read a very interesting part of the Egypt history, and the chapter's name is Discovering Tut. The saga continues, which is from the pen of A.R. Williams. Well, in this chapter, uh, it's all about to know. This is a good example of man's quest to know about the past. And this King Tut, he lived and then he died at a very tender age of 18 years. This King Tut, he was actually one Egyptian pharaoh. Pharaoh is another word for king or prince. He lived from 1343 BC to 1325 BC, and then he died at the age of 18. His tomb was discovered in the Valley of Kings. Here you can see this is the Valley of Kings. This is actually a cemetery, a burial ground where many royal kings, queens, their dead bodies are being preserved. You must know about this art of Egyptians that in the earlier period they used to preserve the body of king and queens. They used to apply the coat of chemicals and other things in order to preserve the body so that one day the soul may come back and the person and the king and queen, they will resuscitate, they will be reborn. So here you can see this is the Valley of the Kings, where the body of King Tut, the mummified body of King Tut, was buried. So it was first found by the British archaeologist Howard Carter in the year 1922. This discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb containing his mummified body, numerous articles in gold, articles of daily use like precious oils, perfumes, clothes, and many more things. And here you will see one another artifact. Actually, the mummy had a death mask made of solid gold with the king's features, and it weighed around 10 kg. The belief was that the king would be reborn with the same features, and that's why people with due reverence they made this mask full of gold with the features of King Tut, and this mask was found inside the coffin of King Tut. So, this is all about the background of this chapter. Now, let's come to the text of this chapter. In the text, in the first para, it is the main introduction. The introduction is given about this King Tut, and after that, it is the one episode of the research done on the body of King Tut. So let's discuss. He was just a teenager when he died, as I discussed earlier, that he died only at the age of 18. So he was just a teenager when he died, and the last heir of a powerful family that had ruled Egypt and its empire for centuries. So he was also the last heir of the powerful family. There was one dynasty, fine, just like you can say the chain of prince and kings who got the throne in the one part of Egypt that is known as the dynasty. And in that dynasty, he was the 18th prince, or he was the 18th king and the last king. That's why people were so curious to know about his life. Fine. That's why archaeologists wanted to find the body of King Tut, and moreover, because he died at such early age, merely or at the age of 18, even because of that, people wanted to know about the mystery of his untimely death. Okay, so coming back to the chapter, he was the last heir. He was the last heir of a powerful family, powerful Egyptian dynasty, and who ruled its empire for centuries. And then he was laid to rest. He was put to the coffin, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਦਫਨਾਇਆ ਗਿਆ, laden with gold, with full of gold. Why people use this gold metal, to preserve the mummified bodies and other things of kings? Because it was one Egyptian belief that the brilliance of gold will attract the soul of the departed person one day, and this way the soul will come back one day and it will reborn. That's why the people of king, they were wishing about this thing, that one day their king will reborn. That's why they used all the gilded things, the things made of gold, to bury along with the coffin, to bury along with the mummified body of that king. Okay, so it was laden with gold and eventually forgotten, because this is the story of many years back. So people, after burying the body, the mummified body of King Tut, finally they forgot about this king. Since the discovery of his tomb in 1922, the modern world has speculated about what happened to him, with murder being the most extreme possibility. So, in 1922, there was one archaeologist, Howard Carter. He was the first person to discover the tomb of King Tut. So, when he discovered, after the struggle of 15 years, when finally he got the coffin of this person, this King Tut, he felt so elated. And with him, the modern world, the people of modern world, even they got a big question in their minds, in which way this king died. They thought that murder can be the most possible thing happened to him, because he died at a very tender age. Now leaving his tomb for the first time in almost 80 years, because in 1920s Howard Carter did research on the body of King Tut, fine, because he discovered the body of King Tut in 1920s. And after this 1920s, it was the time of near about 2000, fine. In that period, it was Jahi Hawass who did the CT scanning on this body. So, in this chapter, we will look about the episode where Jahi Hawass and his team is taking the body out of the Valley of Kings, and where they will put the entire body into the CT scanner so that they may get the data about this body. Okay, so after 80 years, from 1920s to 2000, after this big span of time, the tooth has undergone a CT scan. I guess CT scan, computer topography, is clear to everyone. CT scan that offers new clues about his life and death and provides precise data for an accurate forensic reconstruction of the boyish pharaoh. So, after 80 years, again the mummified body of King Tut was taken out of his coffin so that the Jahi Hawass and his team may do some research through a CT scanner, so that they may get some pictures of this King Tut, and this will give them the precise data. Precise is accurate. Accurate data about what? About uh, the boyish pharaoh, about the boy king, because they are going to reconstruct the face of this boy using the CT scanner machines. This forensic is like applied or used for investigation. It is like putting the skull into the CT scanner, and from that they will get the uh, pictures or photos of this king, which is known as the forensic reconstruction. This is Jahi Hawass. He is the Egyptian archaeologist who did the CT scanning of the mummified body of King Tut. Okay, so further in the chapter, an angry wind stirred up ghostly dust devils as King Tut was taken from his resting place. Which is the resting place of King Tut? It is obviously the coffin where the body was preserved. In the ancient, and where was that coffin? It was in the ancient Egyptian cemetery known as the Valley of the Kings. It was there in the Valley of Kings, the picture which I showed you earlier. Okay, so uh, here the description about the weather is given. The weather seems to be not so favorable on that day, and when the body was taken out of the Valley of Kings, there was an angry wind. There was one immediate wind which was blowing. Dark bellied clouds had scudded across the desert sky all day and now were wheeling the stars in cascade grey. And there were so many dark clouds which were being scudded. Scudded is like moving forward because of this wind, and because of this wind the clouds they keep on scattering in the sky for for full day, and now they were wheeling is like covering. Now they were covering the stars and making the sky of cascade gray color, the which is somewhat like a leaden gray. It was 6 p.m. on 5th January 2005. So this was the time of 2005, one day when it was 5th January and the time was 6 p.m. It was in the evening. The world's most famous mummy glided is glided head first into a CT scanner, brought here to prove the lingering medical mysteries of his little understood young ruler who died more than 3300 years ago. So it was on this day that the Jahi Hawass and his team they brought the most famous mummy from all the mummies being preserved in the Valley of Kings. The Tut's mummy was the famous. It was the most famous. Why? Because the king died untimely, and obviously everybody wants to know the mystery of his death. That's why his preserved body was first brought for the scanning, and it was first brought in order to know about the mystery of his death, which happened 3300 years ago. ਜਿਹੜੀ 3300 years ਤੋਂ मतलब ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਹੋਈ ਸੀ. All afternoon the usual line of tourists from around the world had descended into the cramped rock cut tomb some 26 feet underground to pay their respect. So as I discussed earlier, many tourists from different parts of the world they came there on that day. They came to the Valley of Kings in order to see the mummified body and in order to know about the mystery of his death. So in the afternoon, from the afternoon, there was a usual line of tourists. There were so many tourists who came from the different parts of the world, and they came there to the rock tomb, the tomb which was around 26 feet underground, and they came there to show their due reverence towards the king. They gazed as like looked. They looked at the murals on the walls of the burial chamber. And now, what are the murals? Murals are actually the paintings done on the wall. As you can see, this is a good example of one mural which is done, a kind of painting which is done on the walls of that Valley of Kings. So some people, they looked at the murals on the walls of the burial chamber, the chamber in which the body was buried, and on the walls of this chamber there were so many murals, there were paintings demonstrating the life and style of this King Tut. So many visitors, they saw the paintings with full interest and peered at Tute's gilded face. Gilded is full of gold. As we saw the very first picture, the gold mask, which is made for King Tut. So many of the visitors, they saw the gilded face of that coffin because it was the most striking feature of his mummy shaped outer coffin lid, because this was the really very striking and astonishing feature of that coffin the lid de utte, it was actually a mask which weighs around 10 kg of gold, and this was really a very different and very striking feature of that coffin. Okay, so some visitors read from guidebooks in a whisper, and some visitors, they prefer to read the different things about the King Tut's life and the mysteries of Egyptian in whisper. Others stood silently, perhaps pondering Tut's untimely death in his late teens, or wondering with a shiver if the Pharaoh's curse, death, or misfortune falling upon those who disturbed him was really true. So, some people over there, some visitors were reading the guidebooks in whisper, and some were standing there silently in order to ponder. Ponder is to think. So, they were thinking about the untimely death of this King Tut, who died at 18 years of age, and there were some who were wondering with a shiver, who were wandering with a fear, and they were afraid of the Pharaoh's curse. Pharaoh's curse was that whosoever will disturb the mummified body from coffin, they are going to get death or some misfortune in their life. So some were standing there and they were thinking about the Pharaoh's curse, whether it is true